Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Sexual Wire, a.k.a. Coach Bird, and I'm the host of the BYRDCAGE show. Cousin Tracy. Special guest in the cage tonight, you know what I'm saying? Special guest in the cage, you know what I mean? My guy, KHALIL RHETT. Welcome. You know what I'm saying?
Pleasure to meet you.
What's going on, Cousin Traceey?
Say what's up to the people real quick.
What's going on, people? KHALIL RHETT, happy to be here, man. Shout out to my guy, Coach Bird, Cousin Traceey, for bringing me on. So it's gonna be a good one.
That's what's up. We're gonna get right into it today. We're gonna talk about. We always talk about, you know, opportunity and trying to give, you know, certain people opportunities and things like that. But I want to talk a little bit about people being prepared for the opportunity, because an opportunity can come up, but if you're not prepared to take advantage of that opportunity, you won't miss it.
That's why you gotta always stay ready, so you ain't gotta get ready.
There you go. So you dropped them already? I thought you were supposed to drop them a little later on. You dropping them already. It's all good though. It's all good. There's no limit on your gems. So before we get into that topic all the way, KHALIL, why don't you just tell the people a little bit about yourself, you know what I'm saying?
Just a little bit about myself. Graduated class of 2014 at Pensacola High. Went on to Moravian College. Graduated class of 2018. So pretty much just always was about basketball. That was my main focal point. Just kind of carrying me through. So you know, I'm here right now. I'm giving back with Coach Bird and going to be coaching this year. So that's a big thing. I'm really excited about that. So I know we're gonna kind of segue into my story a little bit.
Sure.
How old are you?
I'm 25. I just turned 25 this summer.
Cool. And for those that don't know, you know, I still teach at Pensacola High School, so I was there when he came through. I didn't get a chance to coach him because I was coaching at Canada High and things like that. You know what I'm saying? But we always chopped it up, especially about the game of basketball. And, you know, I know his peeps. I love his grandpa, you know what I'm saying? We chopped it up all the time when I would come up to the games and things like that. So, you know, we got some history there, you know what I'm saying? Always been stand up, always been about his business, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not surprised that he's on my staff now. I'm not surprised that he was ready for this opportunity when it presented itself, you know what I'm saying? So let's start there, because, you know, we have some high school student athletes, you know what I'm saying, that watch the show. And I mean, plus just parents, you know what I'm saying, and you know, other coaches, you know what I'm saying, can benefit from the things that we talk about, that we give our humble opinions on, you know what I'm saying. So let's start at high school, because, you know, and we were talking a little bit about it off camera. Our high school athletes need to know, like, your high school, no matter what sport you play, your experience might not go the way you planned it. You know what I'm saying? It might not go smoothly. You know what I'm saying? You might have some rough patches and things like that. But, and we always talk about perseverance, you know what I'm saying, and pushing through and things like that. And KHALIL, his high school, like I said, you know, we chopped it up all the time, all 4 years he was there. He can speak to that. So won't you speak to that? Speak to that. You know, your high school basketball career.
Most definitely. So my high school experience, it wasn't your ideal one. Everyone wants to come in, you know, obviously to a winning program and, you know, state championships and stuff like that. But my journey was a little bit different. So just coming out of Pensacola High, we always had, you know, talented teams while I was there. It was just putting everything together. You know, just the intangibles as far as, you know, playing together as a team and, you know, all that important stuff that goes into winning. So I didn't really start playing varsity until my junior year. We had a pretty good season there, pretty good team there, but again, we just couldn't put it all together, right? So I think we might have barely been 500 then. So fast forward into my senior year, we had a great, you know, fall league. Again, kind of the same story. Talented guys just couldn't put it all together, and I think we might have won like 2 games my senior year. So now y'all probably sitting here wondering, well, how did he play at the next level and stuff like that? But that was just mainly just from my drive. I always, you know, loved the game of basketball and wanted to pursue that. But again, after experiencing that, it wasn't scouts in the stands. It wasn't, you know, too much opportunity that was out there. So a lot of the opportunity I had to kind of create myself. Whether that be, you know, attending a different showcase to play in front of, you know, these coaches, hoping for an opportunity, you know, just to get a chance. All I needed was just a chance to get my foot in the door. I've always been, that underdog kid, you know what I'm saying, that just had to work for everything that I got, every opportunity. And that was kind of the case with that. So I didn't have any offers coming out of Pensacola High School. So again, I had to attend the Scouts Focus Camp that I got an invite for literally the spring of my senior year, right before we went to Florida for the senior trip. So I'm going in there just listen, I have nothing to lose. I just want to, get this my all because again, my passion was always basketball. That kind of, just drove me to do obviously the academics, and that made everything kind of go together for me personally. I happened to go there. I played pretty well. I got connected with the then assistant coach from Moravian, Pete Hamilton. Shout out to him. He saw something in me then that, I probably didn't see in myself, and he extended that opportunity, and, kind of the rest was history. But just to kind of go back to that high school standpoint, there was a lot of guys that were even better than me, on my roster, you know what I'm saying? But the difference between myself and them is just the drive, right? You know what I mean? I wasn't really discouraged by the hardships that I was facing because just in my life, I've been through a lot of hardships. So it's like when you want something, again, you brought up my grandpop earlier. He's a solid dude as far as just teaching me those intangibles from a youngin' coming up and just realizing that if you want something, it's not going to come easy. You got to persevere and, continue to go through battles and, you're going to get something out of it. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where that went, you know what I mean, in those experiences.
Gotcha. And do y'all hear that? Do you hear what he said? Perseverance, you know what I'm saying? Had to do a little extra, whereas maybe, the staff and the coaches would then put him in position to be in front of. He didn't say, well, it was their fault. They didn't, he'll help me out, as a lot of kids would say, you know what I'm saying?
Right, a lot of parents too.
Right, a lot of parents too, you know what I'm saying? He took it upon himself to go that extra step to get seen, you know what I'm saying? To get seen, and it worked out. Tell people a little bit about what you did at Moravian, because, talking to you, you know what I'm saying, I know, and following you, it didn't start out roses there,
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying, but it ended up, you know what I'm saying, y'all was champs.
Absolutely.
So let the people know a little bit about that journey.
So again, finally, once I did get that opportunity to play in college, you would think that, all right, everything is going to change, but, I kind of ran into that similar situation from my senior year, and I felt like, it was a test just to see, like, how bad do you really want this? You know what I mean? I'm thinking I'm coming into a winning program. I just had 2 wins the year before as a senior, so I'm coming in as a freshman. I'm hungry, ready for a new start. Total opposite. Come in, we went 5-20 my freshman year. 5-20. So just coming off of 2 wins and then going to 5-20, that's, you gotta really want to, continue to go on and persevere. And it was tough. It was times where I'm like, man, this ain't worth it. I'm about to just. But again, my family just staying behind me, and that's just how we are. We're not gonna quit. You know what I mean? I'm here, fully committed. So we were under new coaching going into my sophomore year. We brought in a coach, Justin Potts from ESU. That's when, things started to kind of turn around. And I attest that just to kind of the system that he implemented as far as we're all a team. You know what I mean? That was kind of what we were missing in my previous years. So fast forward my sophomore year, we went 11-14, which is obviously a huge improvement from, 5-20. My junior season, we went 18-9. We made the conference championship, but we didn't win it. And then honestly, going into my senior year, that was honestly the best year that we had, So a lot of the guys that we had going into that summer of my senior year, we always had a group chat where we, our workout group chat, we sent our workouts to communicate and stuff like that. So 1 through 13, all the guys were all collectively there saying that we want to win the championship. You know what I'm saying? This goes all the way back into July and August when guys are at their home. You know what I mean? We're all come from different areas, different states and stuff like that. But we established that as a group, and everybody brought into the program. And, fast forward, we went 20-8, had the school's first NCAA appearance within 15 years.
Okay.
And we won the conference championship for the first time in school history. You know what I mean? And that didn't come just without perseverance and a lot of hard work that we put in. Like, I understand this D3, it wasn't D1 or anything like that, but we working out just like a D1, waking up 5 days a week, 5 a.m. lifts, putting in that work, getting in the gym, just staying committed. And not only just, on the court, but just being stand-up people in the community. You know what I mean? My coach was big on that and just practicing that. So we was always, volunteering, helping out in different standpoints and kind of that showed me that, okay, being a basketball player is much more than what you do on the court. You know, coming up until then, I always just thought it only matters the product that you're putting out there. Everything else is, you know, but it's a lot bigger than that. It's about more so just having that character and just being a stand-up person that just, you know, brings it all together. You know what I mean? And because at the end of the day, the ball stops rolling somewhere, and you got to be able to become, you know, be a good person instead of just relying just on that sport.
Do you think he's watched the show? The ball has to stop.
Yeah,
I think you might have seen the episode too.
I have a couple questions for you. In this world of teenage free agency, that's what I call it. when teams are not doing well, they bounce from school to school to school. With Pennsauken being in a situation that was being in, and you having a passion to play on the next level and thought that you wanted to play on the next level, which you actually did. Why you didn't leave school, like change schools?
To be honest, I just, since I was raised, I just was never raised like that. Wherever the situation that we in, I was always taught to just make the best out of that situation, because in reality, right, we all got jobs right now. So it's like when you get to a job, you can't just up and leave because, oh, I don't like, you know, such and such. You still got stuff that needs to get done. And honestly, adversity builds character, and I've been through enough adversity to where as though I just let my character kind of, you know, speak on that. And it's like, it made me the person who I am now, and be able to appreciate those good times. Like winning that championship for me, to most people, it's probably like, oh, this is championship, whatever. But to me, it meant that much more because of everything that I've went through on that journey. And it's, again, it's just all about the journey. It's not about the destination. So just going through all of that stuff, you know, made that reward that much more, you know, valuable to myself. So just to kind of go back to that, I understand when kids do that in certain situations, but for myself personally, that just was never my MO. I always, you know,
stuck it out.
You got to stick it out, because again, you're going to learn something from it, whether it be good or bad, you know. Because
it's a lesson in everything. And you had said about the product you put out. You had made mention to that, and then you said you wanted to work on your character and all of that. But you got to remember, building the character and having morals and fortitude is part of what you're putting out.
Absolutely.
That development of the character, that development of having striving for excellence, personal excellence, it results in the product that you put out. You know what I mean? It's like putting gas in your car. You got to put gas in your car for it to run its best. So you got to put things in. You got to put training. You got to put moral fortitude in you. You got to have an excellent character, so the product that you put out will be amazing, and people will not just see what you're doing; they see who you are.
Absolutely.
You know, and seeing who you are along with what you're doing goes a long way. It goes a long way, and that's probably why you're coaching now.
And
definitely.
Let's state this for the record, because you know, cousin Tracy is big on this. Please tell the people what your degree is in.
So my degree is in psychology.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, we have another young black male, educated black
in psychology,
male, you know
we
saying?
need that, so our black men know it's okay not to be okay, and they can find somebody that looks like them to talk to.
Absolutely.
I'm big on that.
Yes, indeed. Yes, you are. I knew you were like that. Now, since you just mentioned it, what made you want to get into coaching? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it something that you always thought about? Or something maybe you thought about recently? Like, what?
So I'm going to be honest, man. Through my playing years, I've never seen myself in the coaching room. I'm just like, all right, this is what I want to do. But, you know, after having the time to just be away from the game a little bit, and just to really kind of have time to think, a lot of the lessons that I have learned through my life and the stuff that I apply now, I've learned from coaches, you know what I mean? Can attest my great head coaches, great assistant coaches, whatever the case may be. A lot of those life lessons and, you know, how I live my life is based off of those lessons that I learned from my coaches. So I feel as though just me having that recent experience now and just benefiting from that and how much I've been able to grow as a person is beneficial just to give back. You know what I mean? I got to get back to the youth and kind of build them up and put them in a better position than when I was in position, because that's what it's all about. It's all about giving back and just building up the community, You know what I'm saying? Rather than just holding on to
Right,
all
right,
the jewels.
right,
Nah,
right,
you can't.
right,
You can't.
right.
Like how you was giving jewels away earlier. You know what I mean?
Jewels,
You
that's
can't
what she does.
hold on something. You gotta give. You gotta
drop
give them
them.
back.
You gotta drop them.
You know what I'm saying?
Sprinkle.
So you gotta give them back, man. But that's honestly my main reason. Just getting back into it, and honestly to be a part of the game, because the game of basketball is a beautiful game. It's allowed me to meet some great people, make some great connections, and just to have just that lifestyle, that basketball world. As you know, it's a different world. It's a brotherhood. It's a family. You know what I mean? Like I still talk to guys that I played with in college. You know, I'm 3 years out, but every time we talk, we always talk about the journey that we had and that experience and stuff like that. So we become, you know, lifelong friends. And again, so it's just a beautiful game to be a part of. And I want these younger guys that's coming up to be able to experience that, but even at a bigger level if they want to pursue too. So that's my main reason why, and just to be a part of the game again.
That's what's up. I mean, that's what sports do. We talk about
we talk about all the time. It builds a connection, relationships. You get to meet people. You know, build bonds.
The whole everything.
Family within a family.
That's it.
You know,
that's it. And like you was talking about, helps the product.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? With all the things that people don't see when it comes to sports.
And it gives you,
know what I'm saying?
athletics give you a little bit more support.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people don't have supportive families. Some people do.
Right.
But to have a different support system outside of just your family, it helps, again, build character. You learn lessons. You get, you know, having that other point of view and that other support system that you can rely on.
True.
That rely on each other. And, you know, it gets crazy because when you're playing sports, you tend to know the teammates like they're your siblings. Like, you know when a joker walk in the gym like, he a little things ain't right today. Let me see if I can talk to him. You good? Because you know in our community, you good mean everything.
Right.
You good mean
Gotta check.
did you
Gotta
eat?
make sure.
You okay? You good mean everything. So that being around that additional support system and that team always bring that out of you. What did you do to get prepared to coach?
Honestly, just being ready. So obviously, when I looked into getting into coaching, I obviously started kind of rewinding back to my playing career. Obviously, you know, looking over tape and just, you know, kind of getting myself together as far as that. But honestly, just kind of how you said earlier, just being ready. So just myself by just being ready is just, you know, networking with different connections. You know, I know I reached out to you even last year, you know, when unfortunately didn't have a season, like, you know, getting in your ear about that. So just exercising my connections that I have and just presenting what I can help with the program with. That's kind of honestly like my main focus and what I did. And that's how I feel like I was able to get this opportunity. But just, you know, using the connections that I had, you know what I mean? And presenting myself in a way that, you know, I bring value to the program. You know what I mean? I'm not just latching on to nothing. You know what I'm saying? You got to bring something to the table if you want to eat. You know what I'm saying?
That
so
part.
Absolutely. So it was definitely that from the beginning, and I'm very grateful that I did have that opportunity to do so, and I'm excited to go, man. It's go time. So.
And our viewers, you need to know, like, and this is sports, whatever it might be, you out parents trying to get a new job, you know what I mean, things like that, whatever it might be, but you just can't expect a handout. Like somebody just want to hand, like you have to be deserving. You know what I'm saying? Like I love KHALIL to death, but if he didn't, you know, have what he needed to be able to come on staff, I don't think I could just give him that. Like, you know what, you come coach with me, bang, you probably don't deserve it, but you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta.
Well, for the record, I'm just going to say, I wish somebody had handed me a few things. Working for everything you get becomes tiring, a little frustrating at times. You always got to prove yourself.
But it pays off though. Your hard work with the you.
So, family that's watching this, had you had gave me a little something, I would have did you well. I'm a hard worker. If you had to just put me in the office and just something.
Also, that was good to know though, or the people need to know, understand. Once you get an opportunity, you gotta make sure you're doing what you need to do to continue in that opportunity.
Right.
Because I mean, you know, shout out to Coach Dunn, my guy. You know what I'm saying? Gave me a chance back in 2003. And I was able to sustain it, and here I am now.
And that's
still
what we
coaching basketball.
We always say, some people just need that crack in the door.
Right.
Yep.
You stick your foot in, I'm coming through.
And that's all I need.
I'm coming through.
Everything.
And I'm coming through, and I'm coming through unforgettably.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You may not keep me, but you will remember me.
Gotta leave your mark.
See, that's that Hooper in it.
Yeah, see, look, that's what I'm saying. It's a family in itself.
You know what I'm saying?
You already know.
Hooper coming out. So before we get out of here, what's your expectations? Like we've known each other forever. You know what I'm saying? And you've seen me coach, and you know guys that I've coached and things like that. So what's your expectations of being on the staff?
Honestly, it's surreal, man. I'm very excited to be on the staff. I'm not just saying this obviously because I'm here. You know but in all seriousness, though, man, I watched this guy coach, championships up at Rutgers, man. Me and my grandpa that he just mentioned, he had me around the game watching, a lot of Camden High and a lot of those different programs and stuff like that. So I'm expecting a lot, you know what I mean? I'm ready to get right to work since day, since day one, you know what I mean? I'm expecting a really good season. From what I saw, we got a solid group of guys coming back, so I'm excited to get to work. But I have very high expectations, for this season, and I'm excited to bring what I got to the table, to help elevate that program and keep going in the direction that it's going. You guys are already an established program, won some sectional championships and stuff like that, experienced that, that winning culture. So I kind of want to add, my little spin to the mix, you know what I'm saying, and help everything out. But honestly, just getting in where I fit in, you know what I mean, and just helping out. But I definitely have very high expectations, and I'm very excited, for the 22nd to get here, trial. So
right around the corner.
We get right here.
Right around the corner.
Get ready to go.
Around the corner. Remember back in the day, we used to start Friday
after Thanksgiving. Yep. And everybody vomited.
All that turkey.
All that is a wrap. And some coaches used to look forward to that. I know we had a good workout when people start saying,
that trash can.
So moving forward, as far as life in general, moving forward, what are your plans? Do you want to become a head coach? Do you just want to work on your, moving forward, what do you have? What expectations do you have for yourself?
That's a good question. That's a great question. So moving forward, I definitely want to work towards my master's degree, getting that within psychology. But ultimately, I do see myself being a head coach in some form or fashion. But that's why I kind of chose right now. I just turned 25, so I'm still, young in this. But I want to kind of work my way in it and work my way up. You know what I mean? So obviously, like how you talked about just getting an opportunity. All I needed was an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I got that. So I'm going to take that and run with it. You know what I mean? Do what I got to do. But I definitely do see myself being a head coach, down the line. Because, again, it's just being in that realm it's something that you can't describe unless you've been there. Right, you know what I mean? Right. Just being around the game of basketball and giving back to the youth is priceless. You know what I mean? And that's where I find my pleasures at. So
I'm definitely looking forward to seeing you.
Absolutely.
I do come to some Tech games.
Absolutely.
In the midst of...
Maybe she'll wear a West Tech hoodie.
Listen, I asked for a West Tech hoodie.
She won't wear the cool red.
I asked for West Tech when you first started going up. I asked for West Tech because when I come to your game, I even was willing to wear something red yesterday.
Facts.
But the fact of the matter remains is I'm part of the purple and gold family.
True. We all of that. And shouts out to the squad. You know what I'm saying? We won our first round playoff game, beating
good job. I'm at the
Central on Friday, 56-21. So we got Millville coming up next in the semifinals.
Looking forward to that.
So we're gonna see what happens there. Before we, any shout outs and anything you want to say to the people while you got them?
Shout out all the supporters, man. Shout out my family. Shout out my new West Tech fam, all my boys. You know what I mean? Y'all know how we rocking, so short and sweet to the point.
What you got, cousin?
I'm just gonna leave with this. I don't know how many of my Camden High family watches this, but I just want you guys to know we support you guys. Although they didn't reverse the decision, you guys are forever in our heart. We support you guys to the end, and you guys are going to be all right. Y'all seniors are going to definitely be all right. And coaching staff, you guys, we support you guys. Just keep your head up and keep moving forward, push forward, right? Pray until something happens.
That's it.
Absolutely.
That's all we can do.
That's all you can do.
That's all we can do. You know what I'm saying? Well, on that note, once
Appreciate you, my
again,
guy. Appreciate
thank you
Tracy,
for coming through. You know what I'm
Always.
saying? Definitely looking forward to having you on the staff to share. You know what I'm saying? I see great things in your future. Cousin Tracy will let you know I'm not that guy that's trying to hold my assistants back. You know what I'm saying? I want the coaching tray. You know what I'm saying? My man, shout out my man Briggs, head girls coach at Medford Tech. Shout out to Antoine, the new head basketball coach at Kip Academy. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, definitely, you know, whatever I can do to help you out, you know, I definitely got you there. Gotta bring this up. You know what I'm saying? November 12th, somebody has a special day. Somebody has a special day
finally
coming
going
up.
to be
She's
50.
joining the club.
Yes.
She is joining the club.
Before we go out, I have to say this. I did a 50-day countdown to 50, and a lot of people didn't understand why I did that, and I need to just let you guys know. During that 50-day countdown, I realized I've done a lot of stuff, I've been through a lot of stuff, and I've lost a lot of people. And I'm thankful to be here. I'm thankful to have arrived. I'm 50 years old. I'm a retired cop.
Absolutely.
I'm on another career. I have a nonprofit now. I have grown adult children who have multiple degrees. I have other children I've raised who have multiple degrees. I've lost my entire immediate family. All I got is my 2 daughters and grandkids and all the other kids that I got coming along. You know, I got some family members that I'm cool with, of course. You know, but I realized in evaluating and reflecting on these last 50 years, I've done a lot, I've lost a lot, and I'm thankful and grateful to be here. So
Absolutely.
Hit your girl up on the gram. Wish me a happy birthday. I know I'm looking like love.
Yes, indeed.
I work hard for that too.
I agree. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. Well, episode 27.
In the books.
In the books. With that being said, once again, I'm KHALIL, a.k.a. Bird, the host of the BYRDCAGE show. We'll talk to you soon.
It was a stone groove, my man.